How does a film terrify millions, not with monsters or ghosts, but with simple, empty air? Before Horror Heights' fall, the genre relied on what lurked in the dark. This film turned the darkness inward and the terror vertical. It weaponized a universal fear, acrophobia, and made it the antagonist, a silent predator waiting for a single misstep. The formula was brutally minimalist: one person, one decaying platform, and 1,000 feet of nothingness below. It was a masterpiece of dread that redefined horror, proving that the most terrifying thing isn't what you see, but the dizzying potential of what could happen. As night descends, our protagonist is a silhouette against the sky. The soundtrack is not music, but an unnerving symphony of decay. The whistle of wind through rusted steel, the groan of stressed metal. This auditory landscape was the film's secret weapon. By rejecting orchestral stings for amplified, hyper-realistic sound, the film made the silence itself a threat, a vacuum filled only by the frantic rhythm of your own heart. It was more than a movie. It was a cinematic exercise in induced vertigo, a physical experience that left audiences clutching their seats. This intense sensory focus mirrors the protagonist's psychological collapse. The film is less about a physical fall than a mental one, a descent into madness. Director Elias Vance masterfully gives us no backstory, no context. We are thrown into the situation alongside the character, forced to experience their mounting paranoia in real time. We are trapped not just on the platform, but inside their decaying perception. It is this raw, subjective approach that laid the groundwork for modern psychological thrillers, prioritizing sustained dread over fleeting shock. And then there is the ending, a final haunting shot that has been debated for decades. In the theatrical cut, the protagonist, Alara, leaps for a dangling rope. As her fingers reach out, the screen cuts to black. We never see the outcome. Did she find salvation, or did she plummet into the abyss? The film gives no definitive answer, forcing you to become a participant in its final, terrifying moment. One theory suggests the rope was a hallucination, a final trick of a dying mind. Another argues for a literal interpretation, leaving her fate to the unforgiving laws of physics. But the legend of Horror Heights' fall goes deeper. Whispers of lost footage suggest a far more disturbing conclusion. In this version, we see Alara hanging, her shadow cast long against the cliff face. As her grip finally fails, the shadow moves independently, stretching unnaturally to meet her as she falls. This raises the film's central mystery. Was the threat a literal, supernatural entity? Proponents of this theory point to the sound mix, where a low growl can be heard beneath the wind, a sound that nature cannot make. They argue the shadow defies physics, a predator the heights had concealed all along. The other interpretation remains purely psychological. Here, the acrophobia is the true killer. Alara's panicked breathing signals severe oxygen deprivation. The distorted visuals, the moving shadow, they are the last flickers of a mind consumed by terror, her own fear given monstrous form. Yet, if it was only a hallucination, why did the camera linger on the empty, sun-bleached rock for a full 10 seconds after she was gone? This chilling ambiguity is the film's terrifying legacy, forcing us to ask if the monsters we face are real or simply reflections of our deepest fears.